it's not even a red flag, but it's like the sign of this could be more work than you might think, is when the artist doesn't have a vision at all. Maybe it's their first time recording, or maybe it's not. Maybe they've worked with like 18 different producers and they just feel like it's all their faults collectively that they haven't figured out what their sound is. That's usually an issue for me because it means they're chasing something. And whether it's chasing another artist's sound, which is always like that's a red flag for me. It's like, I want it to sound just like Billie Eilish. Like, okay, but she's already doing it. And the reality is you're going to release your song that sounds sort of in the production style of Billie Eilish. And then she's not going to be doing that anymore. She's going to have graduated to this new thing. And it's not going to be cool because people are going to be like, you sound like 2019 Billie Eilish. Like, the best shot you have is just doing something that feels right to you, you know?
That is the lesson, right? Like, and that's something that I'm trying to teach myself, and I'm trying to tell the artists that I work with, is just like, you have to double down on yourself. Otherwise, you're not interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the best bass player in the world, but I sound like me when I play bass.
Right.
And that's the important thing. And I'm never going to play like Jaco Pastorius. And I don't want to play like Jaco Pastorius because I like muddier, kind of tones. But like, that's great. That's me. That's Jaco. Like, we each have our camp. And like, if you want to market yourself as an artist or as a producer, you need to figure out what you do best and kind of say, this is me, And if you want to, I'm maybe not all the way that, because I still serve the song. I serve the artist. I don't make the productions about me.
Right.
But like, people know what I do best, and that's why they come to me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's like the goal, I think,
I think that's the goal in like every facet of this business. And it's a conversation I have often with bands that I'm helping like develop, sounds and everything for, is like, it's art, number one, of course. Make yourself happy. Do the thing that like just makes you feel a certain way. But when we talk about like doing this then for a living and creating a business out of it and creating a brand, it's important for people to understand like what it is that you're doing. Doesn't mean that you have to be pigeonholed, but if you went into like an Italian restaurant and on the menu you saw Southern fried chicken, you'd be confused, even if the chef was like, well, I do both great. Like, that's awesome, but that's a little bit concerning. Like, what exactly is it that, what is your branding? Like, what do you sound like? And that could encompass or encapsulate a bunch of different things. But at the center, there should be like a vision for what it is that you're trying to do and like what you feel like you do best as an artist, and run with that.